In today's video, I share 5 tips to help you stop wasting time. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Mike and I'm a Kung Fu and Tai Chi teacher based out of Boulder, Colorado. On this channel, I share inspiration and strategies each week around topics such as personal growth, self-care, and mindfulness to help you live a more masterful life that is both intentional and fulfilling. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Does thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of. Benjamin Franklin. As I've gotten older, I've become much more particular about how I spend my time. Now, while today's video is about not wasting time, that doesn't mean I believe we can never do things that maybe a part of us judges to be a waste of time if it makes us happy or brings us joy. We should make time for the things that make us feel better or help us to recharge. But the question to ask ourselves is whether we're doing these things too much. Are we doing them for genuine self-care or as a way to distract ourselves from having to be productive, where the things we are doing are actually wasting our time? So in today's video, I want to explore this difference and share 5 tips to help you stop wasting time. Time is a finite, non-replenishable resource that we are all constrained by. Even time is not guaranteed to anyone. So the first step is to take a closer look at all the different things we're doing on maybe a daily or weekly basis, and especially hone in on the things that some part of us probably already questions whether we're actually making the best use of our time. Learning how we can reduce wasting time is especially important for those of us who are working towards building something or who feel compelled to actualize some kind of life's work. Because each moment we have is precious, and every step we are able to take towards our greater vision really matters. My first tip is to reframe things we feel that we have to do as things that we get to do. As long as our goals and dreams aren't impotent to begin with, we will always be inspired and excited by the achievement or thing that we're working towards. It'll always feel like something that we get to do versus something that we have to do. And of course, it makes sense that we want to fill our days with things that we get to do. But what often starts happening is that these things that we get to do slowly shift into feeling like things that we have to do because we lose sight of why we originally wanted to do them in the first place. I would say this is one of the main things that I struggle with personally. So much so I recently reevaluated and tweaked my daily morning routine so that I can connect with my why and greater vision more consistently. This has allowed me to shift some of the things that were beginning to start feeling like burdens back to something I am enthused and motivated about. My second tip is in some ways an extension of the first in that we need to be able to see the forest through the trees. By focusing on our greater vision, we can get more excited about all the little steps we need to take in order to get us to where we want to go. If you've watched my previous goal setting video, you know that I believe it's super helpful to break down big goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. And each of these tasks are important and needs to happen in order for us to achieve the thing that we really want. So by focusing on the end goal, which we hopefully already feel like we get to do, we can feel more inspired and motivated during those times when we don't really feel like doing anything, when we're in those in-between moments of basically choosing whether to procrastinate or not. My third tip is to become aware of where you are spending your time. Take a week and write down everything that you do and how much time you're spending on each thing. Track how long did you work for, how much time did you spend commuting, how many hours of Netflix did you watch, how much time did you spend scrolling through Instagram or Facebook. It's often easy to not be truly aware where your time is going each day. So by tracking it, we can easily see if there are any areas where we are wasting time. And if there are, we can brainstorm and determine if there's a way we can change or fix them. And there will likely be things we just might not be able to change right away. For example, if you have to commute an hour to work each way every day, you might not be able to do anything about it unless you decide to switch jobs or move someplace closer to work. Or maybe you're working a job that doesn't really align with your passions, and if you're truly honest with yourself, it's more of a have to do to pay the bills rather than something that you're really excited to do each day. But the point of this exercise is just to become aware of where your time is going and determine whether there are things you should stop doing or work towards having the ability to stop doing. My fourth tip is a spin-off of the example in the previous tip about not being at a job that really aligns with your greater vision. The bigger lesson here is that when we're not doing things we don't enjoy or feel fulfilled doing, we will always feel like it's a massive time and energy sink. In fact, I believe it's hard to really feel balanced in life when there's something in our lives that we feel like we have to do, that we have to continuously slug our way through. Let's say you really hate cleaning your house. That might be something worth outsourcing or delegating to someone else, because that will allow you to reclaim some of your valuable time back and be able to allocate that towards something more meaningful to you, something that actually energizes you rather than depletes you. Doing more things that energize us also helps us to avoid burnout. Burnout can be the result of when we do too much stuff that is draining to us. And this is particularly common when we don't do the work to stay focused on our greater vision, or we don't do what we need to do for ourselves in order to stay energized so that we can keep taking that next step to keep growing and progressing. My fifth and final tip is to make sure you set aside time to recharge. This is so important that I think if it's not something that comes naturally for you, then you have to schedule it into your day. What recharges us is different from person to person. For some, it might be going on a run or a hike or spending time with friends. Or maybe it's watching TV or sitting around doing absolutely nothing. Whatever it is, make sure you make time for it, because when we do, it serves to re-energize us so that we can keep steadily moving towards our goals and dreams. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if there's something in your life that you feel is a big waste of your time and you want to work on changing it. And please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and would like to receive inspiration and strategies like this each week. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.